Hello. As I promised last week, I'll continue this week with the exercise on practicing curiosity questions, but this time oriented towards teens, because sometimes people find it difficult to just simply adapt the telling versus asking from small children to teenagers. Often the themes just don't seem appropriate for teens. So I've developed some of the same types of statements and questions to do with teenagers. Again, it means I'll need to look at my papers, so I'm not just sort of pulling these out of the air, but they're sort of tried and true and tested out of our many parenting courses. So, if you recall from last week, you simply sit back or stand, you just relax. I will read these statements out loud fairly slowly, and your task is simply to note how you feel when you hear them, and then what you are thinking and deciding. So you might feel angry, you might be thinking, my mother's an idiot, and you might be deciding, well, I'll just let her talk because I'm not going to do it anyway. As an example, there are lots of different possibilities. So that's what you're noting as you're listening, as I read these statements, and then we'll do the same thing again with a different kind of question. So here goes. Do your work. That's not a respectful way to talk to your mother or your father or brother or sister. Don't wait until the last minute to do your homework. Sit down. Stop talking while I'm on the phone. Do your chores, or no dessert tonight. Clean your room. A teacher might say, if you don't get the work done in class, you'll have to stay in at lunch to get it done. Put your stuff away. Don't leave it lying around. Put your cell phone away. So, take a minute now to notice how you are feeling, what you're thinking, and what you're deciding. It's a bit of an unusual question to ask, but this is what's going on in your child's or teenager's brain when they hear these things, not consciously, but we're trying to make it a little bit more conscious. So just notice that. Now, I'm going to pose it in a different way and just notice the same thing. What are you thinking, feeling, and deciding when you hear this? What is your plan for finishing your homework? You sound upset. What's going on for you right now with whatever the situation is? What do you think some benefits would be to do some work on your school project every day? What would help you to work at your desk right now? What can you do right now so your brother or your sister can concentrate on what she or he is doing? What can you do to have your things ready for school? How would getting your chores done help you? What's your plan for getting your work done before dinner? What can you do to have the meal ready for everyone on time? What's our agreement about when the iPod or cell phone can be used? So notice what you're feeling, thinking, and deciding. Notice what you are feeling, thinking, and deciding. And notice which affects you, how they affect you differently, the statements or the questions. And then I invite you to take a moment to think of some situations in your teen's life where you could try out the different ways of speaking with him or her, and just try it out. See if you notice a difference. See if you notice a difference in your teen and yourself. if you come up with different responses. So, and then please, as always, I ask you to write it in the comments right under the blog, because that's what makes it fun for all of us. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll get to you next week with a new theme. Bye.